Yo, 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 for all my night owls on this, I got a good play for you. Had a dope day, so let's get it started. So, super interesting day, for whoever's a part of the community, all my action takers, if you out here, all my 9-to-5 execs, if you out here, I got something for you. So if you got a job and you really want to be able to sit here and leverage this job to get more opportunities, to get more people, I got the play for you today. So the one thing that I learned and I want to be able to teach y'all, so if whoever got a job and you're looking to be able to move up in the company or whatever like that, let me help you out. One thing for sure, if you're waiting, I swear, if you're waiting to see the job posted up that you want to be able to sit here and leverage and turn to your investor, to be able to start networking, you're already too late. I promise. I can tell you, you're already too late. But the question that you're probably asking, all right, cool. How can I get in front of that? How can I sit here and get this opportunity to be able to get that job or get these other positions to be able to get more money? Well, let me sit here and break some things down. So the one thing that you need to be able to do, you need to make HR your human resource, your talent acquisition, your TA, and you also need to make the AAs, the admin assistants, your best friend. If you make these three people your best friend, I promise you could really turn your job into your investor. But see, what a lot of people do, they try to do things the easy way, right? You see a job, you're like, man, if I get this job, man, it's going to give me an extra 20, 30,000. I'm going to tell you, that's good. But how many other people do you think that will literally be looking at that same job the time you're going to be looking at it? I mean, like, think about it. From where I'm at, you probably have hundreds, maybe thousands of people that you got to compete with. But I'm going to tell you, I ain't trying to compete. I'm already who I am, you know what I'm saying? What's happening with you, brother? I see you, Jordan. But I'm already who I am, right? So I'm not looking to sit here and compete with anybody. The goal where I'm looking at, I got something that I can add value to you. Now, the thing is, I need you to be able to know that. Well, let me tell you a couple of things that you can go do. If you see a job, first of all, you got to know what it is that you can add value to. You got to be able to evaluate yourself. And sometimes evaluate yourself is kind of tough if you don't know how. And I always say you got to stay in the noise. Hear what people are saying about you, saying the good things, saying the bad things. What was that one thing that was hard and you was able to do and you could do it with your eyes closed? I mean, I give you something super simple. We all, at least, should know how to tie a shoe. Do you look at your shoestrings now when you go tie them? Probably not. You just tie your shoes. Well, think about that thing that you do at the job or period that you do just like you tie your shoes. Like for me, when it comes to project management, continuous improvement, data analytics, I can do it with my eyes closed. I do this. So I know I can add value. Now, the goal, because I identify what I'm really good at, it's time for me to go take it up a step further. I list out the things that I'm really good at. Now, if I'm at the job and I know they got a lot of positions there, I'm already going to start looking up these people. I'm going to find out somewhere in our network if y'all got some kind of social media platform at the job. If not, LinkedIn is going to be your best friend. That's a play. Put it in there. LinkedIn is going to be your best friend. That's a bar right there. So what you want to be able to do is say, hey, whatever job, and let's say continuous improvement, put that into your search on LinkedIn and look up all the list of people that pops up. You want to find out the leaders. You want to find out the people that's actually working those roles. And now you want to start building up some relationships. Once you build up these relationships, you want to do this thing what we call coffee chats. Coffee chats is something real quick that you're going to do. Be like, hey, how you doing? My name is Thurman Jones. I see that you work in blah, blah, blah. And I really want to be able to have some time to kind of tell you what is it that I do and where I want to be where you at. Or at least work to be able to add value to you. So from that point, what you need to go do then, you need to go sit here and write everything that you have down, set up time on the calendar to be like, hey, can we meet up at Starbucks? Can we meet up at somewhere in a conference room? Whatever that looks like. Once you start doing that, you start meeting up, Now you sit here and put that calendar date and you go and present everything. You're going to start making friends and start creating relationships for those roles before those roles even come out. See, the goal is to be able to have those people know who you are. See, everybody always talking about it's not what you know, it's about who you know. Well, that's kind of true, but it's really about who knows you. And your goal is to be able to leverage all these other platforms for you to do so. So as you get the name, I want you to even go a little step further. Go on their LinkedIn and see what kind of certifications, what school they went to, what year they graduated. If you can't get their name, put it in Facebook. Learn what's their favorite sports, what's their favorite. Get something that you can get be very relatable, right? Once you get real relatable to them, now y'all got something to talk about other than just what you want from them. Y'all grow this friendship or workship, whatever you want to call it, right? But once you grow this, it's time for you to sit here and take it a step further. Once you take it a step further, you set up another time on the calendars and you ask, hey, you got some time where I can kind of shadow your role. You start shadowing the role of the job. Once you start shadowing and start learning, hey, what's the culture like? Who's some of the people you're gonna be working on? What's some of the capital projects they got going on? Start documenting this. You want to know more information like you worked there before the job even come out. Once they see what you could do and the value that you really add to this team, I'm telling you, they'll open up a role for you. Now when you see that job, they're not putting the job out for the thousands of people. Let me help you out. I interview a lot of people, right? And the thing about me interviewing a lot of people, where I start realizing, man, that thing is a headache. I mean, one, I got my regular thing I got to sit here and go do. Now I got to go find some time to go read through all the resumes, all the applicants, fact check some of the things that they say, wordsmith all the things they got in there, and now I'm got to make my decision. Just imagine you got hundreds of applicants. To be honest, I'm not trying to do all that. I'm already looking for a person that I want to be able to add in the mix. Now, out of that, some people stand out. Cool, we put 3 or 4 people out there against the person I already know, which should be you in that role. Now, once you get in that position when it's time to go interview, you got to start mastering that interview. And if you need any help when it comes to the resumes or interview, go to businessbuildingresume.com. businessbuildingresume.com. I promise, if you go through this whole program, this whole curriculum, I promise you, your chances to be able to get this new position, or as I call it, new investor, is very likely. So now that you sit here and do that, you do all your homework, you add in there, and then you sit here and lock in the deal. Now that you got your resume on point, you got your interview on point, it's time to lock in the job. Once you lock in the job, y'all already got this relationship. Y'all going to speak a little bit more. Once I speak a little bit more, you win there. Now we up another 20, 30,000, but I don't want to stop there, right? It's easy to sit and say, yo, we up another 20, 30,000. We're going to live life a little different. Nah, I want you to live the same exact life you was living before you got that extra bonus, right? So now what you're going to do, you're going to use that money and start investing. You're going to put that money into a stock, or I don't care what you use. You could be that person be using Webull, Robinhood. You could use Charles Schwab, Fidelity, whatever it is that you use. Put some money in the stock, right? Preferably, if you got to learn the role and your life is a little busy, you ain't got a lot of time to sit here and be moving and shaking. So I recommend, I call it the big 3, my big 3. I get the top companies like Microsoft, Google, Amazon. I know they're going to go up over time, right? I give you an example. I bought Microsoft when it was like, I want to say $80, and then now I could be mistaken. I think we're at 300, 400, something like that. Hey, I got in, I let it sit, and now my money making money. But then that's number 1. Number 2, I want you to sit and look at them dividend stocks. Get them stocks that's going to be able to sit here and pay you every month, every quarter, by yearly, whatever that looks like. Because now you having your money work for you. It's paying you to go buy more stocks. And 3, if you have the slightest idea, like you got some intel because you're watching CNBC or you heard some people talking, Go look at some companies that might be on the rise and put your money in there and let it work a little bit. That's what I would do with the extra 20, 30,000 that I get from the new investor that's about to pay me. Now, once you start doing that, you're like, yo, how can I start double down? Start finding other little avenues. Buy a cash car. I bought a cash car before. I'll tell you that whole plan. I ain't gonna tell you right now, but I bought a cash car. That car made 3 to 4 times as much money as I bought it for. Now I turn my 20 to 30 into 40, 80, 60, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm making that money work. So at the end of the day, these are some of the plays I will sit here and tell you, and I was able to do the same thing. I mean, I've been having a lot of amazing experiences, really locking in and really getting my mindset, but building up this community 9 to 5 execs for all my people that got that job and that want to be an aspiring entrepreneur, or you already an emerging entrepreneur, you just an opportunity seeker. I got something for you. Make sure you holler at me. I'll put it in my bio. Check it out. But long story short, I told you 3 things I need you to make your best friend. HR, talent acquisition, and the AAs. If you do that, I promise life is going to be sweet, baby. Don't miss your opportunity.